mics today because it just
Hi.
wasn't cutting.
Testing.
So great, fantastic. All right, so with me here from your left here on the stream is Kamal and Rob. Kamal, what do you do?
My title is
No, pick it up like that.
okay.
And just pass it between the two of you, please.
My title
Yeah.
is art lead. I do a bit of everything. Spend a lot of my time doing VFX. Yeah.
Right. So particle effects and other kinds of effects.
Some of them are mesh, some of them are particles. Sometimes I switch the two. Annie and Nate and Eli, if you're watching, time to go to bed. Listen to mommy. Love you guys.
And just to one thing, I'll get to you in just a second. People have asked in chat. You're the one who did fireworks.
I have done many of the fireworks in the game. Evan has also done some of them.
Okay. Oh, who else?
Evan.
Okay, Evan. And
I was listening earlier. I know the dragon fireworks were brought up. I can take quite a bit of the credit for those, yeah.
Okay, cool. Oh, let's pass the mic then to Rob there. Rob, what's your official title?
My official title is Senior Animator. I animate all the things.
All right, and that basically means you're one of the people who makes the hobbits walk. He makes the orcs swing their swords, all the rest of those sorts of things.
Yeah, all the creatures, all the avatars, even mechanical things. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
So how do you? So we've spent some time talking to various people in the art department today who do a lot of the textures and mapping, and you quote bring that into motion. How do you do it?
We're given what I guess it's like a digital puppet or a rig, and sometimes I do the rigs, and sometimes we have a tech artist do the rig for me, and then I manipulate it as a puppet and take each motion and put it on a keyframe, I guess. So over time the poses will change, or the aspect of the creature or character is going to change. Over time, and I'm given, how long an animation should be so that it matches up with the system designer's specs. So I have some pretty tight parameters to work in.
So it sounds to my non-technical brain like a little bit of a mix of puppet work along with almost like motion picture, frame by frame kind of thing? Is
frame
it
by
similar
frame
to that?
Yeah, or even like stop motion, but it's with a 3D digital puppet. So yeah.
Bunch of acting too, right? You got to put
Uh,
into everything.
well, I'll
Like think about.
well, I'll put.
Why not?
Well, it's Kamal raises a good point because it's like being an actor, but I can't see my audience, so I sort of animate things and put them in the game and hope that somebody will laugh at something funny I did or something serious I did, or try to relate to it somehow. But I really can't see the audience's reaction, so it's kind of an interesting thing. Like I'll try to animate something that somebody will see a few months after I do it and hope that they like it. So I'll just pretty much animate something I want to see, and hopefully the art lead and the art director like it too.
Slime Farron over in Twitch says, yes, tell him we love the spatula and pan animation for the scavenger hunt. Is that you? Do you know what that is?
The passenger, the scavenger?
Spatula and pan animation in the scavenger hunt?
I don't think I did that.
Okay.
I don't think I did that.
Yeah,
That might have been before my time. Spatula animation. Maybe it's effects. Maybe it was an effect animation.
Yeah, it could be.
Okay, cool.
Lots of thanks on those dragon fireworks as well.
That was Kamal.
I'm glad you guys like them. After seeing them on the stream today, I've made some changes, and you're going to get 20 to 30% more dragon fireworks. They're going to last longer. They were kind of fading out earlier than I thought they should be.
Cool.
Anyhow.
Well, you just answered probably the number one thing I've been asked to tell you to do. So that's cool, because they like the dragon firework a lot, and they just wanted to,
Yeah, to be completely honest, that's not as intended. It was kind of, there's dragon fireworks that will be in the festival, and kind of working on the both of them. One changed when the other one when it wasn't the intended person firework to get the changes. So now the player Dragon fireworks will last longer. They should come right up over your head.
Cool. So, in terms of, I have heard it said that some of the most difficult things to do are to get mundane things looking natural. I heard it said once that one of the most difficult things for video game animators to do is have someone get out of bed underneath covers. Is that actually true? Yeah.
There's a lot of for an animation like that, there'd be a lot of contact points. So probably, yeah, to have something look casual. And so I guess like a hard thing is to make something look spontaneous when it was completely planned, or somebody look completely natural when it was completely planned. Everything we do is we'll shoot reference for it and make thumbnails of it and then put it in and try to make it look natural. Idols are really hard because people are just standing around breathing, so it's kind of a mundane thing, but it still has to look interesting and try to bring entertainment to a lot of things. Like those new emotes that we just did. I think there were like 20 new emotes that just went in, and those were like a lot of fun to do, but that was mostly just a lot of observation.
Speaking of observation, I'm imagining that you spend a lot of time people watching, just kind of in the regular world in movies and TV, just to kind of get a sense of how their bodies move, so that when it comes time to apply that to whatever it is you're working on, you can kind of picture it in your head.
Oh, sure. If I can't figure something out, though, I'll just shoot reference of it. Act it out, see how it feels, see what the body's doing, and try to make it feel natural, because we're all bipedal humans, so it's easy to look at an animation of a bipedal human and just say that's not right. Even if you don't know what's right, you look in the mirror every day and see another human, and you can tell when something's just not moving correctly. And plus, we don't really use a lot of motion capture, so yeah, that has to be accurate.
Did you do the fall off the horse animation?
I did.
Someone was saying, if you did the fall off horse animation, that's great. That always makes me laugh. So there we go.
I didn't act it out, though.
Yeah, right.
We pushed someone else off the horse. That was a good summer project. That's what temps are for.
That's right.
So
that was an intern.
We have the avatar work that's being done in the. Let's keep the mic on you just for a little bit longer here. We have the avatar revamp coming along, and I'm imagining things like facial animations, things like that. You're going to be pretty busy, I would imagine, right?
The facial rigs are pretty limited, so we can't do a lot with them, but we can reuse a lot of the old stuff anyway. Which is, fine. We have like brows and simple mouth movements and, blinks. But yeah, doing full on lip sync acting performances isn't in most games anyway.
Yeah.
But we're improving a lot of the locomotions and things like that people that have gave us some feedback over the years. So that's going to get addressed along with the new race.
Nice. All right, let me move it back to you, Kamal. So, how long have you been with the company here? It's been a while, right?
I was talking about it yesterday with my wife to make sure if this question came. I think it's 9 years or over. I've been working on LOTRO and or DDO for 9 years now.
All right, so what are some of the pieces that have been some of your largest challenges? Can you think of something that maybe took up just a lot of time for you?
After 9 years, like the time that I spent on each thing kind of blends together.
Sure.
I guess pride points. When I first started, a bit after I started, I got to do the new level up effects, which we call the level up tree. I don't know if the players call it the level up tree, but the level up tree was one of the earlier things that I did, and definitely gave it a lot of time for design and for execution. And I'm after quite a few years, I'm still happy with that. Wolf's Clef. I don't know if people remember Wolf's Clef, but there was at the time, now we have new tech which kind of blows what we did there out of the water, but at the time all the Dunlendings were particles. So we rendered out little image sequences and played them on particles to fake a large amount of people. So the people were particles and the fires were meshes because the particle count for fires would be too great from that distance. Anyhow, at the time, again, very proud of myself. I thought it was funny that the things which were particles were meshes and the things which were meshes were particles.
Nice. What is a mesh?
A mesh is geometry. It's a bunch of points that define planar faces. Like your character is a mesh,
Okay.
But then also sometimes there are effects. If a waterfall would also be a mesh. It's a scrolling texture on a mesh to make it look like stream of water, hopefully, if I did my job right.
How did you learn this skill set? How did you get to do this? I mean, what sorts of things prepared you to be able to work on Lord of the Rings Online like this?
In college, I took they were called animation classes, but we were learning a software which was Maya, and came out with the general knowledge of Maya. Did some 3D generalist work that kind of also had a lot of particles involved with it, and from there, my reel kind of looked like an effects artist reel. People here liked that, brought me on, and taught me the rest of the ropes, and I've been learning since then from my peers and from anything else I can to learn that stuff.
It's got to be really interesting. To some extent, I don't know. Someone once asked me who gets to blow things up in the game, and in some ways that might be you because you get to deal with the particle effects.
A lot of FX artists say I blow stuff up, and they don't use the word stuff.
Yeah.
But that's a decent amount of it. It's not. I'm not the only person blowing stuff up. I know that you guys have already talked to our tech artist Evan, and we'll collaborate on stuff. So that is a bit of me, but it's not all me.
Cool. I don't know. What else? Do you have any kind of what is the most difficult thing to add particle effects to? Because I mean, I know from at least working on some, the other game to some extent, they have some very strict limitations on how many independent, light sources and things like that can be going on at once. You have to deal with a lot of those kind of behind the scenes constraints as well. You can't just say, and then 1,000,000 fireworks go off, right?
Right.
Yep.
We have some rules of thumbs that we try to stick to. As I know you guys have met with QA testers, like we can try and push those from time to time, and depending on the area and what else is going on, is just like, could we push the particle count here? And if it doesn't result in a visible no, you're slowing down my client, then we've pushed the particle count there. So we have a rule of thumb that we try to stick to. Challenging is when we're trying to give feedback a lot to the players through particles that play on the avatar, because there's always a lot of stuff already going on with the avatar. So to design that intelligently is always kind of a challenge. It's also a design challenge, when it's like, what does that look like? When you're doing real world effects, you have the real world to look at and be like, okay, that's how that should look. And if you're not getting that, then you're off. With the other one, it's, more subjective, more iteration, more design.
Cool. All right. Before I have you pass the mic, I want you to tell Rob what is the one animation that we need in the game that we don't have.
Wow, Dev telling Dev?
Yep.
Oh no, but then he's going to come back with the one effects we need.
That'll be the follow-up question. It's not hard.
Oh, yeah, actually, someone was already just saying that in chat. I was going to say, although I think it may be trademarked, we kind of need a moonwalk, but
I think we've talked about that, and I think we've talked about exactly that thing that everybody, players.
Yeah, it could be. Should be.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Do we ever have a... I need more time.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah.
Maybe you can pass the mic
while
then.
He's talking.
While I say 2 words. Twerking hobbits.
Twerking hobbits.
Yeah, we got eye roll
Yep.
as a secondary suggestion.
Oh, nice.
I roll. Eye roll's a good idea. I like that. We have stare. That's like that's basically what the animation is. They just stare.
I know. See, I am full of bad ideas. Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, it's not even 8 yet. By midnight.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You guys are gonna get punchy.
Yeah, it'll be fun. So, but by that time, I'll be punishing the players in the game rather than punishing you with awful questions.
Okay.
So there we go. No, but so let me. What was one of the more challenging things? I guess. Is it actually? Let me change the question. Is it cooler to animate monsters or people?
Probably monsters. If people are cool when you first learn to animate, but then you kind of get used to it, and then you want to see wings and extra legs and tails and tentacles and all that stuff. It gets a lot more fun, and plus you can't mocap that stuff.
Okay.
I did see someone try to mocap a spider once. That was pretty cool.
Nice.
That was pretty cool. Yeah. Yep. They put the little dots on them. They put the little markers on them. Yeah.
A spider? Like a spider, not like a person dressed up like a spider.
No, but that would be cool. Yeah, it was a tarantula. Anyway.
Nice. Can you give an example of something that you animated and then for whatever reason it had to get scrapped?
Oh man, on LOTRO?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. I guess there were a lot of combat animations that weren't used later, or certain types of sheathing, or nothing. Like most things that we do are kind of come from the designers asking for things. So I guess back in the early days when they were experimenting with combat systems and even mounted combat was we tried a lot of different things. So I guess a lot of that stuff got scrapped.
Sure.
But we did get to keep the guy falling off the horse though. That was cool.
All right.
When does that happen?
You can get knocked off your horse during combat.
Yeah.
It's fun. It kind of looks like the roll in the grass animation.
Nice.
Yeah. It kind of looks like that a lot. Anyway.
All right. Yeah, I think that should pretty well do it. Any kind of final thoughts or things you want to bring up? Anything you can think of?
No. Today I was working on the new races today. I hope everybody likes them.
Cool.
Actually, it's one race, but
Yep.
2 genders.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Pass that mic back just real quick, because
Uh-oh.
you're right. You're not talking. We brought up one big part of your job, which is you don't make a dance. You make a dance for every, type of character that has to use it. For example, like on an emote or something like that.
Yep.
You're talking about doing one for the elf, one for the dwarf, one for the human, that kind of thing.
Right. Yeah. So every new type of emote or dance, which is an emote, we'll have to put on all the races, and that's a process. It's not really a new animation. We really animate it once and then sort of propagate it through. But sometimes we'll have to polish it up, or even start from scratch if it's a really strange. Like if you take a human animation and put it on a hobbit, it might look really weird. So we'll have to start over sometimes.
Yeah.
I think the high elf dance will be a challenge because that's pretty elaborate, and hopefully people like it.
Yeah. Excellent. All right. Well, thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Kamal. Thank you, Rob. Appreciate you.
Just want to thank the players for letting us do the best job ever. So thank you. And
Cool.
you guys have a fun rest of your evening.
All right. See ya.